guys, how's it going? Today we are starting a very exciting project that we've been planning for a while at Erin's sister Alyssa's house. So we are putting in a vegetable garden from start to finish in this space right behind me. And you guys, we're gonna deck it out. I mean, we're doing a greenhouse, picket fence, arbors, raised beds, containers, the whole bit. It's gonna be awesome. We're partnering with Gardener's Supply for this project. In fact, they've sent out a bunch of stuff. Look at this pile. All these boxes have really fun things in them. So here's the space that we're gonna be working in. We're in the early morning hours right now. So you can see that the fence shades this space in the morning, but this is west exposure. It's gonna get full afternoon sun, which is perfect for a vegetable garden space. 14 feet wide, that's our one solid measurement, and then we can come out as far as we need to. If we look the other direction, you can see the driveway, which is quite long. You can really fit quite a lot in the driveway, and this space was meant for an RV, but she has no plans to have an RV. I think we'll probably end up coming out to about here, so there still will be room for additional parking here, but I think this space is going to be so much better utilized than it is now when we're done. We're going to be doing this project in several different steps, and we will show you every single one of them. Today we're going to be planting an evergreen backdrop and installing an 8-foot Palorem hexagonal greenhouse. Because this is the largest piece that's going into the space, it's going to somewhat be the centerpiece. So we really wanted to get that in place, and then we can start setting our raised beds up and all the other things we have planned for this area. And you guys, Gardener's Supply is giving away a $500 gift card to one of you guys. Super easy to enter. All you have to do is leave a comment below this video on YouTube telling us what you would buy with that $500 gift card. It doesn't have to be what you see in this project or what we're going to be using in future projects. It can be anything that they have. And this will not be your only opportunity. We will have a giveaway with each step of this project. They're also offering 15% off any order over $149 with the code Laura1323 from now through April 6th. So thank you, Gardener Supply, for partnering with us on this project and for doing the giveaway. It's awesome. All right, guys, so I think we've got everything we need to get going here. Here are the arborvitaes. So the North Poles, they grow 10 to 15 feet tall, 3 to 5 feet wide. We're going in with 5 of them and planting them fairly close. We want it to be a really solid hedge. And then right here, we've got the exciting greenhouse. And here is a sketch of the area. So like this against the back of that fence. You can see right down here, I've got a list of all the things that we're going to be working with. But we've got the greenhouse, you know, right here, except for we've decided to put the arborvitaes right behind it so that there's a solid green wall all year round. So, you know, you're not looking out at a vinyl fence. And then right here, we'll have picket fencing. We'll have a couple of arbors, so a couple of entry points. These are cedar raised beds, 3x6 and 3x3s that have copper caps. I'm so excited about that. And then we've got another cedar raised bed here. I'm hoping we have enough space to put in a little structure for a grapevine. And then we haven't decided what to put in the center, but maybe some kind of a water feature. And the nice thing too is that we don't really have to do a whole lot of prep. We are going to be putting this greenhouse straight down on the gravel base because it's a very firm base already. It's already leveled out. And this area right in her backyard is very protected from any strong winds, things like that. So we will anchor it down, but we don't have to put it on any kind of a concrete foundation or anything like that out here. It's going to be great. So I think we're just going to get everything laid out, get this thing constructed, and then we'll give you a tour. Oh, you guys, the North Poles look so good right here. I'm so glad we did that. That was Erin's suggestion. Good job, Erin. They look awesome. Now, I did shift them a little bit this way because we wanted to accommodate for the space that the picket fence is going to take up, because that will be right on the inside of this concrete barrier. So it will just shift it a few inches that way. And we do have some plants here. There is a perennial grass of some kind here. There's a euonymus. This looks like, is it a hornbeam? Maybe a columnar one. And then this looks to be a type of lilac. It could be like a Miss Kim, bloomerang, something like that. Anyway, so that kind of goes over the edge as well. And Paul's been over here working on getting all of the greenhouse sections out, so you can see them all organized here on the grass. All the different pieces here. Did all of those come out of this one box? Yep. Dang. They had those packed in there really well. Oh, I'm excited about this. All right guys, phase one of this project is done and I love it. Look at how perfectly this fits in the space. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I think the arborvitaes right behind it will be perfect. I mean, imagine those grown up and filled in. We'll have a beautiful bank of just green back there. We'll have grapes on this side, and then we'll have the fence on this side. So in the end, it will just be tucked in and just so pretty. So let's take a closer look here. Front doors, there are two. So you can either open the one side, it's kind of like the Hartley doors, you know, you can open the one side or you can unlatch top and bottom and you can open up both. You know, in the summertime, I think that's going to be necessary to keep it not as hot in there. And then if you wanted to, you know, move larger things in and out, you can do that. As we come in, I mean, even the sound changes in here. You can see the roof up there. Right along the back wall, there are some vents. So you just use this little lever right here to open and close. You can also see all of the brace pieces in here, which is super handy. It feels very solid. There's also these little tabs along the bottom. See that there? There's one on every wall. These are for if you're going to be anchoring it to either the ground or concrete or a wood frame. You can see we have a metal tree stake in this one. Aaron actually left. He's going to grab some more stakes so that we can anchor it down on every side. So that's the thing. You do want to make sure that if you are in a high wind area that you've got a plan for it. In this area, it's pretty protected. There are homes on all sides. So we're just tucked into this nice little corner here where it's going to get full sun but protected from wind. So I think because it's so protected and it's a nice compact space, like the ground is compacted, it's a nice firm base, we should be good. So a few details about this greenhouse. It is 105 inches tall, and then the door frame right here, I can get through it without ducking easily. I'm 5'4". Aaron and Paul, they're 6 foot and a little bit over, and they do have to duck to get underneath the door frame, but it's a really comfortable size. It's 8 feet, you know, side to side and front to back. The bottom of it, the base pieces are galvanized steel, so they will not rust. The frame is aluminum. The siding is polycarbonate that's 100% UV protected. It allows 90% of light through. You can see it's very clear. You can definitely see through it. But the roof pieces are double walled, so they offer a little bit more protection from, you know, sun blasting through. So it's possible during the hottest months of the summer, you could put a piece of shade cloth over, you know, at least the west side of it that's getting the afternoon sun, and that would help reduce some heat. That's what we do with our plastic greenhouse that we use a lot. The whole thing, the whole frame, everything weighs 105 pounds. So when all the pieces were in a box, it wasn't really hard to move around. Definitely more hard once you've got it once you've got it constructed. And in terms of putting this together, I would say it's an intermediate build. It took Paul and I all day to put it together. Huge shout out to Paul for all his help today. He spearheaded this project. He's got a mind for it, and that was super nice to have his help on this project. I would suggest that as you guys, if you're putting something like this together, read the instructions thoroughly and check each step off before you move on to the next one. We missed a couple of easy steps. It didn't set us back too much, but we still missed them and had to backtrack a couple of times. I want to see what this greenhouse looks like from the patio and like the back door area. You could just use this kind of thing for so many different things. I mean, not only are they pretty, and if you're putting in a greenhouse just for pure aesthetics, I'd say still go for it. But you could harden seedlings in here. You could start seedlings in here, even though there's no heater and things like that. These kind of structures, they heat up quite a lot, and you could run like a little floor heater in there. It's pretty tight. Like there's not a whole lot of areas where air is getting in and out unless you open the vents or open the doors. So you could run something in there to take the edge off at night. And then you could, you know, you can store lots of fun stuff in there. There's lots of different things. Oh yeah, look at it. Oh, it's so perfect. I cannot wait to see the rest of this area come together. I'm envisioning patio lights. We do have a fire bowl and some chairs to put out here on the other side of the garden. I think even stringing up some lights inside the greenhouse would be really fun. And then imagine with the little fence and the arbors, it's just gonna be the cutest space. So for phase 2 of this project, when we come back, we're gonna be installing all of the raised beds. That will really make this area start to take shape. We will wait to do the fence until after because we want to get all the beds set. Because we have flexibility to move this way, should we want to, we might end up taking up more space than we originally thought. So we don't want to be confined by the size of the fence that we think that we're going to need in the end. We'll just go ahead and wait to do that till the very end. Anyway, that is it for part 1 of this vegetable garden series. I'm really excited to get back here for part 2 and get those raised beds put in. Alyssa's actually got some seeds started inside, so she will be ready to go, and I'm hoping that we can have a planting day, her and I, where we come and just fill up those beds. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Again, it's a $500 gardener's gift card. To enter, you leave a comment below this video on YouTube saying what you would buy from Gardener Supply with that gift card. And thank you, Gardener Supply, again for partnering with us for this project and for hosting the giveaway. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.